actually go back to university on Saturday. Very exciting. I already miss my dog and I go home on Saturday morning. It's currently Monday afternoon. It's 2:34 on Monday. I go back on Saturday morning. My flight is at 6 a.m. I'm currently working on my master's application. I already have most of it done, but I'm just refining a few things before I submit it. I was hoping to have it submitted already, but unfortunately some stuff got in the way. I wasn't able to, I didn't have the time, but it's okay. I have at least one professor who's willing to give me a reference. I'm waiting to hear back from my supervisor if he's willing to give me a reference. That'll be okay. But I had realised that I hadn't actually asked anyone for a reference yet. So last night I drafted an email and sent it out this morning, and I've just been taking advantage of my time at home. I'm with my dog who's over there. I'm just soaking in all the moments I can get before I leave. I'm working a little bit on my master's application. It's my final kind of 5 days at home before I go back to university. But I feel really good. I was getting really burnt out at the end of last semester, but I have had a little over a month's worth of dog hugs and I feel great. I have another 4.5 days worth of dog hugs before I have to return, so I'm soaking up every moment I can with Arlo, who's my dog. I said his name and now he's looking at me. I'm taking advantage of still being with him for a while. It sounds like he's about to die. He's not. He's fine. He turned 5 in November, so he's still a little guy. I'm taking advantage of the fact that I still get hugs with him. I'm going to continue having quality time with Arlo and finish my master's application, and you can come along with me. It is also currently raining outside. I'm just glad I took him out for his perambulate. I'm just happy I perambulated him this morning when it was raining a little bit less. Right, so I ended up in hospital. That was not the plan for the week. The plan was for me to spend the time with my dog, do my master's application, and then fly back to university on the Saturday. But unfortunately, on Thursday, I was admitted to hospital with ovarian cysts. We thought it was appendicitis. That's why I was in there for the Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I do talk about it a little bit more later in the video, so I kind of won't give too much away now, but basically they did a test and they found out it was not appendicitis, it was an ovarian cyst. So they kind of gave me some painkillers and were like, we'll send you home now, if it's still there in a month, come back and we'll look at doing something else. But yeah, I was given quite a bit of painkillers, so that was nice. And then on Thursday I went back to university, which was probably 4 days after I initially anticipated returning to university. But I got out of hospital Sunday evening, so I got to spend Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday packing, kind of just cuddling with my dog, which was really, really nice actually, and I'm kind of happy that it turned out this way. As bad as that probably sounds, I do really enjoy university, but I do also really enjoy spending time with my dog. So I had a really long day Thursday, flew to university on the Thursday.
Telford Central, thank you.
So then it was Friday and I was off to Cardiff with the rest of the student newspaper to go to the Student Publication Awards, which were held in Cardiff. We did win 2 awards, which was really quite fun. Hello, or I don't know why I started it like that, but hello. I'm so sorry, this video, it's all over the place. This is not what I anticipated for this. So last week, I was really hoping to just vlog a little week in my life with my dog and doing a master's application and then flying back to university the weekend. That's what was meant to happen. However, what actually happened was on the Monday I started filming the video. It's currently Saturday, the 31st of January, so I don't know if I'm gonna make it into 2, it depends. But basically on Monday I started filming the video and then I was like hanging out with my dog, working on my master's application and everything. And then in the evening I got this really bad pain. Oh, that just made it really blurry. I got this really bad pain right here. It was worse when I was walking. I felt really nauseous. I completely lost my appetite, and this pain kind of started around 8 p.m. on the Monday. I had a flight on Saturday morning that I really wanted to make. So I left it Tuesday, and then eventually at like 3:30, I think, I texted my dad and was like, hey, when you get back from work, do you mind taking me to A&E before you go to fencing? And he was like, why, what's wrong? And I was like, I think I have appendicitis, I'm really nauseous, I've got this really bad pain, I have a lack of appetite. Like, I gave him all the symptoms and everything, and he was like, right, okay. He looked at the waiting hours and he was like, the waiting hours in A&E right now is like 14 hours. And I was like, okay, I'll wait until tomorrow, it's fine. So I then went to bed, and I took a bunch of painkillers, and then on the Wednesday I had a committee meeting with book club, and they could see that with every tiny movement I was flinching, I was muttering ow, like they could see that I was visibly in a lot of pain. And they were like, what's wrong? And I was like, it's just a bit of pain here, like it's fine, I'm just nauseous, like it's fine. And I tried to downplay it because I just wanted to have the committee meeting. And they were like, that sounds like appendicitis, you need to go to the hospital. I was like, can we just have the committee meeting? I'll go after, it's fine. So we had the committee meeting, and then I did not go to the hospital after because the wait hours was 14.5 hours. This pain has been going on since Monday. It's now Thursday. Go now. So I was like, okay. So my dad came home from work early to drive me into the hospital. I was sat in A&E an hour and 15 minutes before they triaged me. Another, I want to say 20 minutes to an hour. Surgeon came in and was like, sounds like appendicitis. We think it's appendicitis. We're going to get you tested. So I went through a bunch of tests and everything. My bloods weren't showing anything. I was in hospital Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I got out Sunday. So I was in hospital for 4 days. I got there 5 p.m. Thursday, left 5 p.m. Sunday. Those 4 days, I missed my flight on the Saturday, so I had to rebook it. On those 4 days, they pumped me full of painkillers, they did a bunch of tests, They were like, so it's not appendicitis, however, you do have ovarian cysts. And I was like, great, that explains the pain. So I missed my flight on Saturday, had to rebook it for Thursday, which was 2 days ago. Then I came back on the Sunday, very excited to see my dog. I got an extra 3 days with my dog, which was great. So on the Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, I spent time with my dog. My flight was early Thursday, so I came back to Aberystwyth, which is where I go to university, on the Thursday, and then the Friday, which was yesterday, the student newspaper, I'm on the student newspaper, and we have a trip to Cardiff. So yesterday, I got up early after having flown and travelled for God knows how long the day before. My flight was at 7 in the morning, so my mum dropped me off the airport, and we left the house at 10 to 4 in the morning. So I was essentially travelling from 10 to 4 in the morning until 2 p.m. on Thursday, and then yesterday I was up from about 7, and we got to Cardiff at like 1:45, so that's not as bad. And then we had the SBA awards, and then today. Last week did not go as planned. I ended up in hospital for 4 days. I still have the really bad pain, but if I time the painkillers correctly, which is every like 4 hours, I can kind of function, so it's fine. I'm kind of just hoping. Basically last week I ended up in hospital and missed my flight, but we're here. So anyway, I got some really nice coffee from Black Sheep. It's really nice, and it's right next to where I stayed last year. Because the newspaper also did a trip to Cardiff last year, and I went on that as well. And I was really excited for this one. I was really looking forward to the trip this year, because I remember the trip last year just being so much fun. This hotel, I think, is right next to the hostel I stayed in last year, which is really nice, and it means I can go somewhere or wherever. I always take a video to show my mum. She does that with her mum. So you come into the door. Ta-da! I already turned the light on and close the door. Light switch. Door. And then you and you have a desk. I don't know where that door goes, but I'm not going to try, just in case. But, there's a chair, with a bathroom in here, and then, yeah. I was beyond shattered last night. I was shattered on Thursday, completely shattered on Thursday, and then I was shattered last night, but I will probably insert the video somewhere. This is a really nice room, actually. It's quite small, but it's like decently sized. It's actually really nice, which I was pleasantly surprised by, actually, but it's really nice. But yeah, that's kind of it, really. I don't know how much of the Cardiff trip I'm really going to film, so I don't know how long. Also, I didn't take my coat off. I just went out to get coffee and a bagel. I just went to get coffee and a bagel from Black Sheep, which is a cafe that we went to quite frequently last year, and I remember really liking it, so I was really excited to be able to go again. But I did drink most of this while still walking around, because it was really tasty. And I got the bagel, which was the one I got a couple times last year. It's literally just salmon and cheese, smoked salmon and cream cheese. So yeah, I literally just went and got that. So and then I came back and I was like, so that's kind of it, really. I'll see what I can update you guys on later. Hello, it is, what time is it? It's almost 2:15, and I've just gotten back from doing a couple things with my friends, and I just popped in to literally dump some stuff and I'm gonna head out, but I wanted to give you a quick rundown of a couple of things I got. So first off, we went to Boots because all four of us needed something from Boots. I went in for the kind of general gist of getting a refill for my deodorant and going for painkillers and a face moisturiser. So first thing I got was these moisturising cleansing wipes. I love these ones. I got these ones last year and then I ran out of them, and I got really, just as I went home Christmas, I ran out and I didn't have time to go and get any more, but my mum, when she was doing the weekly shop, bought me a pack and I saw them and I was like, I'll grab them now just in case, as a backup for when the ones my mum got me ran out. I also got this moisturising cream as well because I really need a moisturiser for my face because it gets really dry, and after last week at the hospital it's only now kind of like a little bit, it's not as dry, but it was like super dry after being in the hospital last week. I didn't have any moisturiser and my mum got me a load of like skincare and stuff for Christmas. It's the first time I've ever used skincare. The skin on my face has gotten really soft. I'm kind of scared of ruining it, but I got some moisturiser because I haven't had any yet. And I got a refill for my deodorant because I really needed it. This was so expensive. I always forget how expensive these are. It hurts my soul every time I have to buy them. The next thing I got was this. That was from Boots, and then I went to Poundland on my way back to dump some stuff, and I got this salted caramel body butter and salted caramel body scrub. My little brother, so for my 20th birthday, my little brother went to Poundland and picked the 2 small tubs of these up, and I really like the smell of them. I'm not a skincare girly, but recently my family has gotten really into getting me stuff. Like in 2025, my family got really into just buying it for me in the hopes I'd use it. And I really like how these smell, and I wanted some at university, and I was running low with the body butter at home. So I wanted this is in the hopes of me getting to use them more. Okay, it's going to make me use them more. But these are actually really cheap. They were like £1 each, but Poundland had like a thing of you get any 2 for £1, so instead of them being like £1, it's like essentially 50p. So that was great. So I'm gonna head back out to meet my friends again, and I'll update you guys later.